Hello, good afternoon, traders. Welcome back to my channel, Forex Black Books. Quickly giving you an update on today trading. Just a second. Here we go. So we're looking at S&P 500 here. We see that, guys, is just trying to break higher. I think that's gonna start playing around here, for example. Then after that, will break through very quick. So be careful. Do not pick up tops if you trade in it. I reckon that you wait for the momentum to push up, right? Because that's what the market does all the time. We come near a new high, a previous high like this one. What we're gonna do, we're gonna just consolidate around it, just give you a drop down, quick drop down. Then after that, we'll bounce back up very quickly, come back down again. So imagine that you will short it here. Then after that, you will try to long it. After a breakout over here, and after that, you see that yourself under the water again. You shorten it again. So I reckon that you wait. We're near all-time highs. Okay, so there is nothing urgent for you to trade this momentum. Go look for something else. Okay, and I reckon that don't put money on this for long term. You can trade only small time frame. Even today, we didn't really move much. As much as Nasdaq. So I do trade Nasdaq instead of E-mini at the moment. I reckon Nasdaq is a much better player than E-mini. Nasdaq is a top 100 company in US, and it does always move a lot. So even today, it moved really very nicely. I did trade it myself. I stuck on long trade for a while. I was have a good feeling that it's going to continue back up. I did the bruise around here, and I exit here just before resistance level. After I bounce up, in a way, I did my target during this momentum back up. As soon as I saw this rejection, right? You see that rejection here, rejected above the 20 moving average, brought here, exit above this level, right there. And I can see that the market just is trying to push really high. I have 3 pushes up, we break out of this channel, coming back, retesting, probably going to continue back down to retest this level, then we'll continue back up. You're welcome to continue the day, but I reckon that, and it's very important, if you hit your target during the day, you should leave it and go do something else, so you don't get over traded and you don't lose your profit you made over the day. Probably could lose more than you expected to lose because you're probably going to hold, and so that is going to work out at the end. But be careful, this market is always moving dynamically, always moving all the time. It doesn't mean that if it's going up, it's going to keep going. It can bounce down very quick. It can drop, and you're not going to see it happen in many places before. Everyone's saying, oh, it's going to go up. Don't ever believe 100% what you think is going to happen. You only need to watch the market where it's going and try to get to it, but don't stay too long, right? The market is hot. Do not hold it in your hand for too much, otherwise it's going to burn you, right? Very important. Right, so here we go. We have a Nasdaq is lovely, keep moving up, and I like Nasdaq to keep going. The momentum is up, very strong momentum up. That was pandemic. That's when the year started. So if I have a year view here, I don't think I have a 1 year view. I don't have it. No. Anyways, but it's very clear. The year started here, guys. Look, we went down and come back up. So overall, the candle itself, it just opened here, went down, and give you a big whack, and we are up there now. So the whole body is full, and that's the previous year. Okay, that's the previous year, and this is a new year, 2020. See that momentum is up. It's keep breaking new highs here, keep making new highs, and it's gonna keep going. There is no limit to it. I don't have any previous resistance, of course, since 1990, 1999. There is nothing, absolutely nothing. So what I think is how far I can go. I mean, like we break here, this area, this momentum is equal this momentum at the moment. So we kind of like halfway already, 50, 100%, 100%. But we have a couple of drops here, and we keep pushing up. Probably going to have another one on the way. I don't know when it's going to happen, but we normally have 3 drops, big ones, before we see a big one, 2. Let's see what's 2021 holding for us. But anyways, I think there's a few targets in mind. I already talked about it. If you go to the daily, Fibonacci from last swing high low from here to there. Got the first target here, the second target here. Also, we inside the channel, right? We went down, come back up, went down again, come back up. It's going to lose steam a little bit because it's just connected to, as I talked about that yesterday, it's connected to the chain reaction of the rest of the market. S&P 500, if you're moving up, the stock moving up, it will move more rapidly. Plus the value of Nasdaq itself. Amazon, just to give some positive news today, and that's when the market pushed up. Then when I saw the pattern I'm looking for, I get in comfortably, okay, and I exit right away. As I said, the market is like a lava in your hand. The more you hold it, the more it's going to burn you. The moment you get the moment to exit your trade with a profit, you hit your target, you exit, thank you very much, go refresh yourself, then after that you can do better things around the house, whatever you're doing. Gold, you see that gold is still trying to push high here. Undecided decision, indecision, bounced off here. Remember yesterday I said how far it can hold? I don't think so. Well, with the following day, try to challenge this high again. Let's see how the day is going to end. I have shorted trade on gold, right? I'm shorting it. My stop loss just above there. My take profit at these highs. So I'm looking for 1-to-1, maybe over 1-to-1. I've got a couple of positions already. Open one just around the 20 moving average, retesting, and the second position just like not long ago, small positions. This is my stop loss. This is my take profit. I'm probably gonna buy, sell more when it show me more momentum. But you see that there's really strong momentum coming down, coming up. I think that we're gonna have another leg down here, right there. So let me extend this one. The reason being I'm calling this here because it's stalled here before we go up. So what happened naturally in the market as follow. The market pushed up, get a rest, take a break here, come back up again, and suddenly just went below that break and come back to retesting it. And we're probably going to continue down to this level. Then we'll start to stall here, then probably come back up to test overall 50% of this move from this high to this low, 50%, or maybe more or less. If you buying from here, you exit around this just before the 50 to be safe. Or if you looking to short it again, wait for it to come here, then after that you short it back, watch out for the other 50% of the way back. Two-way street, right? Two-way market. Moving on. Silver as well is falling up. It looks like silver is going more bad than gold, but of course they are different in categories. But however, they normally move almost similar to each other. Like we have a break here, went to all-time highs. I think this is all-time highs, $30 is the low. Yeah, I think we've never been here before. No, we did. Yeah. The high was like 52. So basically, went down is reacting like, you know, it's like Bitcoin, right? So it sounds similar like a Bitcoin, you know, like going all the way up, coming back, give you a bounce, a failure here. There's a failure. For the guys who like, or the girls, they like silver. I think girls like gold more, boys like silver. Anyway, so we're looking at the monthly here. I think that is going to come back down here to retest the breakout. The first level, let me draw my levels here because I'm going to analyze it every time. And another high here. Let me just make another one. Another high. I'm actually going to change that one to a different. I think that's going to be here. Very interesting. We have a level of test. We break through, consolidate around it, retest it once. We break through. Yeah, we break through here before. And let's see what's happening. It's going to come back down first, or we'll continue back up. I don't think it will continue back up unless gold is going up too. And gold is kind of overbought. If gold is going to go down more, then we're probably going to go down more. Plus, you need to watch the monthly. I reckon if you're trading gold and silver, you should always trade it on a monthly, unless you're scalper. Don't just pretend that you know scalper. You're going to buy a position after that every 10 minutes. You're going to look at it. That's not. That's a scalping. There's no long-term investment, right? So we see these guys here. We have a bottom here. We have a top. We bounce off it. We couldn't hold it. We no follow up. However, we saw a failure down here. Very, very interesting failure. If I get another drawing tool and just put it right there, right, just around here, just make it like that so you can see. We have a failure. on the monthly, and will bounce back up with no hesitation. Okay, that's when gold actually went up too. So they kind of like they help each other, just like cryptos. So the acceleration up is really, really steep. You know, it's like going up with no pullback, a proper pullback on the monthly, like here. See that? Boom, boom, and we'll come back up. So on the weekly, you see that is a weak momentum. We override the previous week, come back up now. Let's see how they're going to play. In my opinion, this is a very interesting pattern. The following week, we're definitely going to go lower. So I'm reckoning that 21 is going to be the target. Okay, so we're going to see here, sorry, you see A, B, C. So this measure move will equal this measure move, even if I just do it like so. I'll take it. Maybe we'll push a little bit up to this resistance level, then we'll come back down to this level. So I'm looking for this ABC, alright? So just mark it for future reference. I'm looking at the daily. Remember that I'm looking at the daily. And I talked about this level. You want to short it, probably will come into it. Then after that, we'll see the momentum coming back down, pull back, continuation back down. It's not going to be that straightforward. It's going to be some waves, so don't get confused, alright? Bitcoin playing the same roles here. See that sideways consolidation happened here before, very long period of time. Now we lift it up to a new level, and it's going to play the same role here. So I reckon that is going to be another support and resistance level. I'm just trying to highlight the best sideways momentum. I could just take it from here, and I can build it up there. But I think I want to just narrow the range up to that level. Very good. I think we have here some bounce, and we're trying to bounce off it. So let's see. We are about 50% of this sideways. I think that is going to continue down to the bottom, give you a failure, come back up. I think the dollar, if it's become strong a little bit, if S&P 500 as well start to losing steam, then we will see dollar getting some strength. Okay. And the oil is just, you know, I don't want to. There's nothing new in oil. It's still inside this range. Not really. There's no progress going on in this momentum. All overall together, from this low to this high, there's about $6 different. However, before that, we will talk about $8 to $10 in a small amount of time. This momentum is about $7.30, $4.71. It's not much really. So it's still in the sideways. There is no any indication of breakout. Every time they break out, become a failure. They come again, probably going to come another failure. You just to keep your eyes, if you're trading in oil, keep your eyes on the breakout and failure, so you can actually scalp it. If you're a long-term trader, then maybe you have brought already from here. Bounce up, give you a couple of days retesting. 1, 2, there we go. What else do you want? Even that day confirmed that it's going back up. However, if you enter, you're so in a hurry, you enter here, you're still a winner because your stop loss should be here and take profit should be above somewhere here, which you are near now. Right? Then after that, when you start to move up, you could take some off your position, refill it again, go back up again, exit some position, refill again, and so on and so forth. Repeat. But to try to scalp it, maybe future, you can trade future, not CFDs, right? Dollar index, as you can see that we're coming down hot from the top, coming back down. We broke already 50%. I'm probably going to bounce a little bit tomorrow, and we'll continue back down. The momentum is still waiting for the 20 moving average to nearby the big player that we're waiting for this momentum to confirm we're going to have a failure, then we'll come back down. Even if you push up back up above the 20 moving average, you should hold yourself, hold your fires until you see confirmation is actually want to go back up or a failure, right? Don't be with this people that are acting like, oh look, it's going up, and after that when you enter the position long, you actually brought too high. You brought it high, you didn't buy it low. They're always saying sell high, buy lows. Okay, when you buy lows, you buy it, you brought it. Okay, when you go high, you sell that. It doesn't mean you sell the assets. No, guys, you exit your position when it's getting high, right, or vice versa. So this is different talk. I'll talk about it later. I just want to stick to the analysis. So we have an interesting test here, but let's see. It's going to be follow up tomorrow, or the following day is going to break that test. So let's see what's happened. So far, looks like a sideways for now. Zigzag, sideways, zigzag, sideways. Probably going to continue down. So my confirmation will be the 20 moving average, something similar to this. See how far we went? How far we went? And that's we exactly repeating the exact same story here. Do not get in the train until you see it is confirmed it's going to actually move that direction, right? Euro, very interesting as well. See that we holding that very nicely. It's the opposite of dollar index, indicating that we still have more momentum up. Okay, the up momentum going. Whoever selling highs, they must be crying now. Okay, I think I'm talking about 125 easy on euro. In the coming days or weeks or months, whatever, they will not far from it. Like another. Here we go. How far we are? Let's see. How many pips? From here to up to 25. What is it? 25? No, so it's 25.50. 720 pips from the bottom. 1,800. So 1,100 pips. Here is about 700, 750 pips, say, more or less. It's actually less than that. It's about 6.6. However, it's just stalling here. It's not really showing you something like gold. Come back up and quickly come back down. No, there is still buyer interesting. There's still buyer in the market. They didn't close their positions yet because they believe it's going to continue up. So don't short tops. Okay, this can go through. You tell me that maybe it will just sideways here and I can take advantage of it. No, sometimes it just went through, and after that it went too high already, burn your account and come back down later. Okay. So there's like the old saying, say, shoot first, ask later, right? So that's what they do, you know, shoot first, ask later. Anyways, cable, similar story here on cable, guys. It's just following the euro, but both of them, if they go the same direction, so euro pound is going to be sideways. Remember that. So if we break high here and continue, probably some news it will come to support this move. And Bloomberg or whatever news, they will find a way to justify this momentum. They say because maybe Brexit, because of whatever. That's what the news does all the time. The news reading the chart and they make a story out of it. So that always the main story is the chart all the time. I don't listen to the news much. Sometimes I just forget to turn on the news on so I can listen to it. They're like financial juice. It's free for now. If you want to buy the full license, by the way, it's a good time now to buy. It's very, very cheap in the long run. By the way, I really don't need the news. That is not my priority. Twitter, all this stuff, Trump, if he tweets, is better than any news. You know what I mean? Any president now, any important person around the world, this is not going to change in the future, guys. If they tweet, market will react. You're going to see it in the chart first before you even hear it. Because the artificial intelligence already buying and selling accordingly. Right, so here we go. I think that's going to continue up here. We're going to see some news to support this momentum. You know, they're going to go cover news, one for dollar, one for euro, and one for pound. Right. So I reckon that you focus more on technical than news. Of course, this pound yen is following up here. I told you guys are going to break this. Very interesting. I talked about this box that before they break a new level, that we're going to do that. Then suddenly we're going to see big momentum up. Is started building. That's the first day of it. We break above it. We're around some Fibonacci levels. I need to change this chart. I need to clean it. Looks a bit ugly, full of lines and stuff. So I'm looking for break higher to this level, then pull back. We'll do the same story, then we'll break more highs. I think if we're going to keep doing, we're going to keep going up, right? Pound Aussie, I don't think that is going to be working for me now, and that's why I'm trading gold for now. Let's see what's happening. However, we have a couple of touches on the 20 moving average. Couple of touches here, 1, 2. It doesn't need to touch the 20 moving average, guys. Okay, it doesn't need to touch the moving average. And come near. Look, we divert away from moving average, coming back to it. Divert away, come back to it. Divert away. That's what always the price does. Away from the 20 moving average, come near it. It didn't go down. Guess what? It goes up. or guess what, go sideways. Okay, that's your starting point. 20 moving average on a daily. Where are we going? Okay, if you detecting that is going up in the low time frames, you brought here, you go 1 day chance, 2nd day chance, 3 days chance, your stop loss should be here, or even below that 50%. Imagine you get here, okay, let's wait. Imagine you brought here, oh, coming down, you exit. Ah, look, it's going back up, you buy again. Ah, it's coming down, I exit. It's going back up again. Ah, wait for it to come back down, guess what? It didn't, keep going. Oh, buy here, look, I come back down. And that's why most of the trades I lose, because you not really focus on the bigger picture with daily, right? So you could have brought it, even from here is a good buying. You leave your stop loss there. You move up, you move your stop loss here. You keep moving up, you leave your stop loss here, here. At some point you're gonna exit because it's getting far away from the 20 moving average. Guess what? It will come back around. Even here, it couldn't break high. It will be probably exit here, right? So that's how you trade any financial market. The chart, it's your main source of information, regardless of any news around, right? Regardless of all of this, that's a change of sentiment here, right there. Very, very interesting. If you know the chart patterns, you know how the market moves, you know where the market is going to stall, where you enter, where you exit. If you come near here, break above these guys, here we go, I enter. I could even take the risk here on the 20 moving average right on it. It's giving me many chance. Come back up, come back down. I could be still in there, but I'm looking for more high highs, so I can confirm that. Because in the back of my mind, I know that S&P 500 ES is going to go higher, and maybe possible that we're going to sideways here before we go any further, anywhere up or down. Okay. I'm hoping that you guys learn from what I'm talking about. I'm not wasting my time here. Please, if you like what you see, subscribe and leave a comment. Tell me that, yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes, I don't understand this. What do you mean by that? Just to keep it rolling, because if I'm not helping anybody, there's no point for me to kind of like spend that time and no one actually leave a comment. Anyway, so about New Zealand, it's the same story going here. As you see, guys, here near the 20 moving average. This is go a different profile. It does test the moving average and start to go away sideways until come near it, then I start to accelerate away from it. Same story, come near it here, come back down, so on and so forth. Come here sideways, a failure. Yeah, you have to tell the story of the market. A couple of failures here, 1, 2, 3. So here we go, A, B, C. Break higher, come back near the 20 moving average. Guess what? Momentum building up again. Come near the 20 moving average. Guess what? Momentum will build up more. Let's see how they're gonna play. In my opinion, that is a bullish day, but we didn't really did much here. We broke the previous high and was stalled here. London closed already, dry liquidity overnight. Probably going to see some pullbacks at least to this breakout. Then we will continue back up. There is a breakout momentum here. Okay, so that's a breakout here. Probably retest it one more time and before we go any higher, or we can go lower a little bit. We have a failure here. We don't have a bigger failure here, but this is very interesting to see what's going to happen here. Probably continue back up, come near to moving average. That's your trade, because we're trying to break a new ground. We'll break this high, we'll break this high, we'll break this high, we'll break this high, and we're above it now. We are right above it. We'll break here, retest and bounce up. We'll retest and bounce up. Why not? Trend is up. You could have wait for it for tomorrow. If you come near here, wait for it to come back up, and you get long, or near the 20 moving average, you get long and you leave your stop loss below this entry. So if you enter here, you leave your stop loss here, you go 2 to 3, 3 to 1, 1, 2, 3 around here. Okay. Pound CAD, same story here, guys. ABC. So let's see what happened here. ABC. Below the 20 moving average. Let's see that if it's going to bounce back up ABC again or not. However, with the main move, we're coming back. We're nearly almost nearly the 20 moving. That's 50%. So I reckon that can come back down here, come back up, very much possible. But the momentum is up, is building. Okay, we'll break out of here. We didn't come back retested. Probably that's going to be the retest. But we look at that. The 20 moving average was already high. Come below it, come above it. So sideways, I reckon that you wait until we get away from the 20 moving average. then you take that direction. Also, you keep your eyes on this 50%. We could just push up to 50%, and you tell me what, okay, it's going to go up. I know there's going to be small pullback. No one knows that. They could give you ABC, come back to your entry, and you're going to be like hating yourself. So come here, you exit, wait for it to come back. You can trade it down, you can trade it up. It depends what the market want to do, but we know a little bit of information what the market can do. Okay, market can do A, B, C, D. Market can pull back, market can reject, market can come near to the moving average and move. Candlestick patterns indicating that who's in control, buy or sellers. Overall bigger picture where we are, and all the stuff is going to help you down the line. Okay, so we're above here. That's bound Swiss. We're above the box. We're trying retesting again. I think that's going to drop more if S&P 500 go down, right? So almost near that all-time highs. So I think that before we drop down, maybe we'll go back up a little, one more leg, try to get a failure, then we'll continue back down. The reason I'm saying that because Swiss is acting as a safe haven, okay? And that's the only reason. Other than that, if pound going up nicely with it, pound is increased in value. You should know that by opening London opening. We'll see where we're going from there. Then you can actually make your decision. But I don't know why in earth you will trade pound Swiss. I don't like Swiss anyways. Swiss is useless. It doesn't move much. Overall, I'm talking about that every time. Try to convince you not to trade it. Okay, in a matter of a few days here, moves 160 bips. Let's see how far this one. In 18 days, we moved to only 280 bips from top to bottom. You must feel like paying a lot of swaps because it's very expensive, I guess. I never traded, so I don't know. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for being here. And as I said, leave your feedback in a comment or down there, okay? So I want to know if you guys are really getting some useful information or I'm wasting my time, okay? Thanks very much. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.